What's up, guys? It's your boy Josh here, back again with another banger video. We're back after a long hiatus out from posting videos. I was gone for a while. I was like not posting for nearly a year, but I'm back now with my 2024-2025 Premier League predictions. Today, you're gonna see me predict the teams and what positions they're gonna land in for the upcoming season that starts this Friday, actually, with my team, my club, Manchester United versus Fulham FC. Let's get into predicting these teams for the new season. Okay, so here is what I'm going to be using to position the teams and whatever. It's a tier list that you can get on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, so I'm going to start from A to Z. Or you know what? Let's start who I think is going to be in the relegation zone. Let's go from the relegation zone till the champions. Let's not do that A to Z stuff. Let's go in order from the bottom to the first, and who I think will get relegated this season. Last season my predictions were pretty much awful. Oh, I got like only like 2 or 3 correct, but this season I feel like I can do better. This season I feel like Josh has the ball knowledge, Dizedi has the ball knowledge. So who do I think is going to get relegated this season? I'd have to say number 20 is going to be Southampton Football Club. Why? Because I feel like they've had a mediocre transfer window, but also there's not much I can really say about Southampton. Like they're practically going to be a yo-yo club, so let's see how they do. But I predict them going back straight to the championship at the end of the season. Who I feel is going to join them at the end of the season, I feel like might just be Nottingham Forest's time to go down. It's time for Nottingham to go down. They've escaped it the last few seasons, but it's time for Nottingham to get relegated. I'm tired of Nottingham. I'm tired of going to that stadium. I'm tired of Nottingham completely. But anyways, yeah, Nottingham's going to be 19th. That's what I feel, and that's what I predict, honestly. And who's going to join them in 18th? Honestly, I'd want to give Ipswich a chance. They look like, yeah, sure, they're a good team, but you know what? Ipswich are going to get relegated, let's be honest. It's good to see them in the Prem once again, but I don't think they have what it takes to really compete in the Prem. It's going to be a good effort from Kieran McKenna and the lads to show what they can do, but I feel they just don't have enough to stay in the Prem this season because it's so competitive with every single team after these bottom 3. Every single team from here just looks so strong and has so much experience compared to like an Ipswich or compared to Southampton. Honestly, that's what I feel. And now let's get into who's going to be 17th. Honest opinions, I'd have to say Leicester City. But Leicester, let's see how they start their season. But I wouldn't really put them high up in the high mid tables or the top 6 positions or whatever, because they just got back into the Prem. It's a new squad practically. It's young, fresh. So let's see how they perform on the pitch and how they really give out. But I don't think they're going to be farther than 13th to 17th. But they're not going to get relegated. In my opinion, then they won't get relegated. Next up, who's going to be 16th? I have a feeling we've seen this club here a lot of times. They might run it back. Everton are going to be in another relegation battle. Come on. Everton are just that one team. They can't get relegated. They're like a cockroach. You can't kill them. But you just you want to kill it, but they just won't die. And that is Everton for you. That's all I'll say really, because the window hasn't been that impressive like a West Ham or a Villa or even a Manchester United. They've had a normal window and whatever. So I guess like the honest opinion for me is they'll stay in 16th. 16th, 15th, bounce around there. Who I feel now will be in 15th, it seems Wolves. I'd say Wolves to be in 15th because, hey, they're a great team and whatever, but let's see how far Gary O'Neill can take them. And Honestly, they just sold Pedro Neto. They're losing a lot of their good players, but let's see with their recruitment that they have at Wolves Football Club. Let's just give them a chance, and we'll see what the Wolverhampton Wanderers can do. I'm not going to speak much on them because I don't have much detail and context on them. But from what I feel and from what I've seen from last season to this season, they won't be in a relegation battle, but they'll just be in the zone where they'll bounce from 15th to 13th to 12th even. But I'd say 15th is a fair guess. Would be 14th. Honestly, it's really between, I think, Bournemouth or what's this? Bournemouth or Brentford. Those are the two that I feel like. Can be in these positions, and honestly, that's what I feel. Brentford and Bournemouth are the two teams that they're solid, and they're just gonna be constant Premier League teams. Like they're just gonna be constant in the Prem for the next 3 years, I think, with the projects that they have until the players start aging. That's how far I think they can go. Now let's get into how many players? This is 17, 16. Let's get into the higher mid-table. Okay, so in 12th, as you see, I've already placed Fulham in 12th. That's where I feel Fulham will be because they're a mid-table club. I don't think they're ready to really challenge for European places yet, but I feel they're on course. The projects Marco Silva is building with the Smith Rowe, Pereira, Muniz, young talent, building the team around that, and they're still trying to sign a few players here and there, like in the midfield. They're targeting McTominay, they're targeting other CDMs. Let's see how they do before the end of the transfer window. But for now, I feel Fulham are just in a position where they might be 12. I might record another predictions video once all the transfers are done. I feel like the season would already started by then. And honestly, let's see how it goes. But I feel Fulham are perfectly positioned in 12th. And now 11th position will be Brighton. Because under De Zerbi, they were good. But let's see under the new manager. I don't even know his name. I have not focused on Brighton anymore because they've not sold a player for over 100 million this summer. So let's just see where they can go. I don't think they're in the position to be again fighting for European places. They sold Pascal Gross. They sold a few more players. Mitoma has been off form last season. Let's see if they can recover the Brighton of 2 seasons past. Let's see if they can do it. But if they can't, I feel like 11th is a fair position for them to be. That's hopefully where they'll be. 10th is going to be Crystal Palace. It's fair to say. Palace are just that team that you're going to see in 10th. You're going to see they're going to cook Eze, Sarr. They've sold Olise, but they still have Mateta. They have they nearly got Zaha back, but they didn't get him back. They have Kamada. They have Jordan Ayew still there, still a legend of the game. I feel like they're perfectly set, perfectly in order to finish 10th in the league. That's just, you can just feel it. That's where Palace belong. That's where Palace just need to be. That's where Palace really need to be and stay. 9th. It's gonna be 9th. Chelsea football. I'm saying they're not gonna be. They're gonna struggle. They're gonna really struggle with the fact that there's no gelling. There's no chemistry. It's a new manager, new tactics. Some players are being forced out of the club, so it's gonna cause a lot of animosity, a lot of bad energies in the dressing room, a lot of egos, a lot of competition for places that really you should actually have your first 11 and have the subs and the reserves, that sort of structure. You have a lot of young talent that they need to break through into the squad. Chelsea, it's its own separate video for me to talk about alone in its own. And I'm talking to you, Chelsea fans. Your team is shit. Your team is trash. Your team is absolute trash. But you know what? I'm giving you guys hope and saying you guys will finish top 10. But you guys need to get relegated. Just like City will be charged. Once City get 115 charges, Chelsea go next. Before I start ranting too much about your club, let's get into who I think will be 8th. Now in 8th position, I see West Ham cooking. Julian Lopetegui, get out of the kitchen because blood, you are making a masterclass in your signings with the likes of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Nicholas Fulcrum. They still have Kudus, they have Danny Ings, Mikel Antonio. They have all these superstar signings. Jean-Claire Tobido just signed recently. These guys are absolutely cooking. And Julian Lopetegui, I've seen his work at Sevilla. I've seen his work at Wolves. Okay, he didn't really get much time at Wolves, but like I've seen his work, and I really trust the process at West Ham. And let's see, we're finally no longer gonna see Moyes ball. That haram football is no longer gonna be at the London Stadium. So let's see how far they can go. And let's see what's left in our predictions. 7th place. I feel like the Villa Express might be running out, but okay, no, I'd say Villa would be 6th. 7th, Newcastle. Newcastle are looking to me again, once again a top 17. You know, we used to say it's the big 6, the big 4, the top 4, the big 6, and now it's the big 7. So Newcastle are a big team, and it's good to see that they're back. The Saudi investments are really helping, but I feel like they're not making the big signings that they should. But let's see, they're now constantly in Europe, so I'd say again they get to the Conference League, and that's why I see them being. Now you see in 6th I put Villa because I feel, last season they fluked their way into the Champions League because United, Chelsea were all off it, Spurs all off it. But I feel like this season you give Ange Postecoglou time, you give Ten Hag a chance, and you give which other team? Chelsea maybe. Okay, Chelsea I don't see them really coming back, but you give them a chance, and now you guess that's where I feel Villa would land back in the Europa League spots where Newcastle are. They're not ready to really compete with United, Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs for the top 4. But they got it last season, but they're going to struggle this season in the sense that they're in the Champions League now. They're going to have to put the strong teams and whatever. But let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. And now for the top 4. The top 4, well, okay, not top 4, but the top 5. Of course, you know who I'm going to put in 5th? Tottenham Hotspur. I see them being that team that this logo is so shallow, but this is the Spurs logo. By the way, for anyone who's guessing what I'm putting, that's the Spurs logo. But anyways, Spurs just feel like they're the team to be in 5th in 5th position. Spurs look like they're going to be that team. They're still not top 4 competitive, but I feel them challenging. But I just feel there's going to be that normal drop off, not bottling, but they're just going to drop off. It's Spurs, it's the history of the Tottenham. So 5th is a fair position to put them in. With the squad they have and the manager they have and the tactics they want to play, I see them challenging, but I don't just see them getting it inside. Now in 4th place, I'll put my club, my team. It's the fairest position to put them in because I still feel as a fan we're far off from challenging for the Premier League. We're far off from just saying that, oh, we're a title contender. We'd be title pretenders, honestly. I want to see how the team performs with De Ligt, with if we do get Manuel Ugarte, we already have Xerxes, Kobe Mino is going to be in the midfield, cooking as usual. Garnacho is going to get his season to actually really be a full-time starter, not because of injuries or not because of bad form of other players. He's earned his spot. He's taken his spot and he's earned it. I want to see Diallo get a run into the team as well. Diallo needs to get his games. He's an absolute talent. I don't know why he's not been starting over Anthony. I feel like he's taken the position from Anthony in pre-season, and let's just see if really United can be the team that the dreams and the delusion of our fan base builds it up to be, because now we have De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, Martinez. That's a solid three centre backs. I hope we can keep them fit. We have also Maguire. We have still Lindelof is still in the club. On the right we have Dallo and Mazrui. The left back position is really the worst position that we have at the club at the moment. If we can get the Ugarte deal sorted and signed, sure. But honestly, that's what I feel. And I feel, fourth place is fair. I feel we can get to the Champions League. With the way the club is going and the trajectory, I feel that I'll speak more about United in another video as well. I have videos for United, Chelsea, Liverpool, the big six. I'll talk about the big six, and I'll talk about the new people who just joined the Premier League in the Ipswich, the Southampton, and the Leicesters. But I feel like the fourth place is fair for United. Third would have to be Arsenal. I don't know what about Arsenal being third, but I just feel like they're not going to be third in the sense that, oh, they're third, they're not challenging for the title. No, they're going to be in the title race. They're going to be up there. It's really hard to say. I don't want to see City win 5 in a row, but Liverpool just seem like they're going to be uphill fighting for the title with Arsenal and like City, but the fairest prediction is to say City champions, but in my honest opinion, I don't want to see Arsenal win the title. But at the same time, Arsenal don't seem they're not yet ready because Arsenal still need a striker. Why are they not looking at Ivan Toney, Victor Groikes? Why are they not looking at those kind of strikers for their team to make it better? Liverpool are just one CDM away from being just unstoppable in the league. They've lost the chance at Zubimendi. Let's all laugh at Liverpool again. They've lost another midfielder, Caicedo, Bellingham, Lavia, Zubimendi. Who's next on that list? Like, there's so many midfielders that have rejected Liverpool. They're just gonna be called Rejection FC. You never walk alone. They are walking alone in that midfield. Because if you're depending on Endo, sure, he's a great talent. He's good. He's a hard worker. He has a work rate, but he's not Rodri. He's not prime Casemiro for Real Madrid. He's not a Busquets. He's not a Declan Rice. I've had to rate Rice. Rice is a fantastic player, honestly. But I just don't know. I just don't feel Liverpool have it what it takes. And then there's the bloody Blues at the top, the citizens. Manchester City winning the league is the most favorable, but I feel like this season won't be that easy because if I'm being honest, I see either one of these three being champion. I've even said, either of these three can be champion, but in the order, it could, I don't know, one or two would swap. It could be this combination, it could be this combination, it could be that combination, it could be this combination. You never really know. But I feel it's fair to say, yeah, City will win the league fairly, but it's gonna be close. With the way the season goes, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a dogfight, and we're in to see it. I want to see a dogfight from City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. I just don't want to see inconsistency. I want to see a 3-horse race. If I could see a 4-horse race, I wouldn't mind if United could sneak into the race, but I'm not sure if we can do that. If Spurs can try and act at the start of the season, challenges for the title, blah, blah, blah. But by December, that's when we'll be. But I feel like from these three teams that I've mentioned, City and Arsenal, those are three teams by January will still be at the top fighting, unless Liverpool get an injury situation, or Arsenal get an injury crisis, or City even get an injury crisis. Have City ever gotten an injury crisis that's taken them out winning the Prem? I think they've won 6 in the past 7. Only Liverpool was the worst to stop them. But you see how close it is? It's getting closer and closer. The gap is being closed. So honestly, I'm just in for a good season. I want to see a good season, man. I did this last time. I'm going to do it again. Who I feel is going to be the top scorer in the league? Erling Haaland. Player of the season. It's probably going to be coming from Arsenal or Liverpool. Or even Rodri. Rodri from City is a good pick. It's hard to say exactly who. I'd say Odegaard looks like someone who could get into the player of the season talks. Maybe Bukayo Saka if he's on form and performing and appearing in big games. Mo Salah again. Trent, if he's going to be playing in the midfield, I feel like Trent's going to bring something different, a new energy, a new enigma in the midfield. But honestly, I just don't know what to expect. And I don't know, this season is just, it's so hard to predict because like all the teams here that are in position from like 12th to 1st, there's so much quality in those teams. Not even from 12th, I'd say from 14th. If you look at Bournemouth, if you look at Brentford, if you look at Wolves even, there's so much talent, there's so much quality. It's hard to really predict, but like from these lower mid-table, these are the ones that you can expect. Like you get the nil-nils, you get the draws, you get the very fun, exciting games. And then you'll find the West Hams, the Palaces, the Brightons, the bogey teams for the Big Six. You know, the Big Six. These are the bogey teams. But like, let's see how the season goes. These are my predictions. This is what I feel will happen this season. I've missed you guys a lot. I haven't been posting. You know, there's a lot of things I'll talk about in a separate video. But it's good to be back posting videos. And yeah, I'll be posting a lot of football content. That is my channel. That is my passion. Hiyo ni passion yangu mzee. Siwezi acha hiyo. This is what I love. This is what I love. I'm a Tanzanian YouTuber that loves to post about football, talking about football, and just speaking about football. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos, subscribe, press a big fat like, and share with your friends. You know, it gets the channel growing. It gets me to my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully we can reach it together. And it's been a pleasure talking to you guys again. I've missed you. I did a bit of rebranding of the channel. It's Mtizedi here. It's your boy Joshi. Kwaheri. Peace out.